Yo, man, this thing is a little bit bright. What's going on, guys? It's been a while since I've been able to get on here and do one of these. Last time was not so successful. Internet connection was glitching out. I just switched the antennas and it seems to be working better. So, but I just want to get on here. I didn't really plan this out too much, but I wanted to get on here and talk about some stuff just because stuff's going on, dude. Frosty. So if you guys are in here, go ahead, do me a favor. I'm gonna drop a comment or like, message me in the chat, say what's up. This is an interactive stream, so anything you guys want to talk about, stocks, crypto, whatever, man, chart, you want me to do some TA, dude, just chuck it in there. It's all free. Just here to hang out, have a good time. I'm Mate. How are you, man? I'm good, dude. How are you doing? Hey, good to see you, man. I don't see you too much in the chat, I don't think, but I do recognize your name. I think you joined the Discord somewhat recently. What's going on, dude, though? Thanks for coming in. Let's get into it, man. And Fig, like I said, if you got anything you want me to take a look at, dude, just throw it in the chat. I'll be happy to take a look at it for you. But we're gonna start off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin Live gets the people going, gets them in here. Everybody loves Bitcoin. Right, it's the people's currency. But yeah, man, it's not a surprise that we're seeing a pump here, and the reason being is that you have that confluence between historical support back here August 5th of 2021 and the bottom of this major channel that we've been in since January 11th earlier this year. So, dude, here's the thing, right? Even with everything going on, inflation, wars, COVID, shutdown, supply chain issues, whatever the case is, there are levels that make more sense to get in than other levels. So the past couple of days, I've been talking about how, yeah, things don't look good overall, and in the medium to long term, we could definitely see some more downside. This pump right here, personally, I think maybe gets us up to the 50% mark, right? We do like a 50% retrace before putting in a lower high. And the reason that I say that is because when it comes to the announcement today, and the reason everything is pumping, aside from it being at good supports, and we're keeping it technical over here, is because Powell came out and he said what everybody expected him to say. So leading in, everybody's kind of cautious. They don't know. Maybe he's going to say there's like a 0.75% hike, whatever. Something unexpected. There's still some... what the hell's the word? Fear, I guess, that something unexpected could come down the pipe. So this gave people assurance that it was what they thought it was going to be, and by now it's been priced in. So now that it's out of the way and confirmed, people have started coming back into the market, and that's where you're seeing the pump on like everything. You're seeing on stocks, you're seeing on everything. So yeah, we're getting a pump. Technically, this is very good though. We have gone positive on the MACD for the first time since April 4th, right? And with a massive bullish engulfing candle. So, I mean, you could see it's taken out the prior 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, really? 8, I guess, if you want to count this one. So this one bullish engulfing candle up about 5.5%, knocking out the prior 8 candles, engulfing them all at a strong support. Hidden bullish divergence is continuing to play out, a little bit extended, but it is continuing to play out. So, dude, this is just where you see reversals happen. Now, does that mean we're going to reverse and, go all the way back up, all-time highs? Personally, I don't think so. And the reason is that, yes, Powell said what was expected, but that doesn't change the fact that raising rates and in a rising interest rate environment, risk on assets, which Bitcoin still is, and crypto in general, and growth stocks like tech are going to fall. They get affected. And that's the whole point of the rate hike, is to kind of slow the market down to try and curb the inflation. So while in the short term, we got the news we expected, so people are happy about that. It's not negative news, so things are pumping. In the mid to long term, the whole point of the rate hikes is to slow things down. So again, might see a short-term run up here. Technicals implied as well, before, in my opinion, putting in a lower high. 42,000 is going to be the first resistance point. And we can see if we throw a Fibonacci on this thing. Right, that puts you right up around the 382, which is confluent with the 50-day moving average. Right, I think that's where we at least get to. At that point, it's hard to tell. We either will break it or not. But that is the next level that I would expect us to get to, just based on the candle that we're getting today. All right, this is strong buying here, man. There are people buying this asset right now, and everybody's happy until something else comes along the pipe that is unexpected or causes uncertainty. Right? That's what FUD means: fear, uncertainty, and doubt. All that. So, but yeah, man, good day all across the board. Let's move to the 4 hour, just zoom in a little bit. Okay. I was talking about it before in the Discord, but we were in this little pressure cooker, this little Betty Crocker triangle pot, right? Patent pending. And it closed out of it for a second before rallying, getting that little doji here on May 3rd, indecision candle, creating a little bit of a morning star, and then popping off. Earlier in the day, held the 50 moving average on the 4 hour, and then has just continued its run. So, yeah, it could get up into the overbought territory. No bearish divergence on the MACD or RSI. Higher highs in price, higher high on the oscillator. You're going to get pullbacks and continuations, but yeah, 200 moving average up around 41,000. So 42,000 is the next level, I think, right? My God, it's working, dude. It is working, man. I said in the beginning, the back of the computer has these like antennas for connections, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, I suppose. So I switched them. And now the power is strong. Hey, man, it's Red from the Discord. Red, what's going on, man? Dude, I gotta say, man, you have been killing it in there. Let me just give you literally every time I see you posting there, man, you're doing really well. So I'm really happy for you. I hope that some of this has been helpful along in your journey. I know you're not so much of a swing. It seems like you kind of get in and you're happy with some scalp trading, some quick profit taking stuff, which is awesome, man. I'm happy. That's cool. But I mean, this is a setup for a swing trade. You can't really argue. It's got the hidden bullish divergence on both oscillators, bullish engulfing candle at a major support. All right. So oftentimes with those variables, even though we're in a bearish overall sentiment, 50% retrace, man. 42,000, 42.5. I think that's where we're heading in the short term. Yeah, they were bopped. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. It was a whole. I downloaded WebEx, which just like destroyed my computer, and for the longest time, it just was not the same. But are you bullish or bearish the short term? Pandico, what's going on? Short term, I would say bullish. The uncertainty of what the Fed was going to say is out of the way. They gave us what we thought and confirmed it. Therefore, people feel safe or reassured that there's nothing new coming down the pipe to negatively affect the market. So they're buying back in. Overall, as I was saying, the rate hikes in general are meant to slow down stocks and risk on assets. Bitcoin is still one of them. So does it mean that we're going to go up, create a new high or a higher high? I don't think so. So short term, yeah, 42K. Medium to long term, I think we do kind of something like this. And I think we get up here, pull back, maybe even try again before coming back down to test. The trend line will be extended at that point. We'll test the trend line again, and then we'll talk about it there. So that's pretty much it, right? Nice. Then most of my plays are swing trades. Good, nice. Your mic is a click too loud. It's like you're yelling tea at me. It's making me rock solid. You know what, man? Don't even get me started. Okay? You think I can't bring the volume down and talk in a sensual, slow way? Does that work as well for you? What if I whisper? What if I whisper to you?
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
All right, but that's Bitcoin. Let me take a look at the weekly real quick. All right. So the weekly also, and I might be a little bit, it might just be my voice. I might be shouting too much. I might have turned the gain up a little too much. But taking a look at the weekly here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight red candles on the week, which is rare for Bitcoin, okay? It doesn't do that. I think only one other time in its history has it had 6 in a row. That's all, yeah, all 13 years that's been in existence. So it makes sense to be getting some green here, which to me implies that the week is probably going to end green. I would love for it to end here. Reason being, you would get a bullish engulfing candle, which just extends the time frame that we could see, you know, an uptrend. Now, again, ups, downs, pullbacks, whatever the case is, but when you see it on the longer time frames like this, on the weekly, move it to the daily, you have multiple time frames lining up, dude. That's the argument. All right, so yeah, this would be the trigger in my opinion, and it's easy to mitigate your risk. Today is a little rough because it's up 5%. It's like you buy in when it's up so much. You can, obviously, past couple days when it was testing the support would have been better, because the setup goes like this, right? You just put it right below the channel, because you know if you close outside of the channel, it's likely that we head down to the 34 or 33 area, but it never did. And you could sit here and say your target. We like 3-to-1 odds. I was probably targeting the 2-to-1 just because of the moving averages on the 4-hour. But what I mean by easily mitigating risk, okay? You had a very easy support line you use as your reference point for your stop loss. That's it, man. All right. Whoever's in here, I'm just going to do this because I want to test it out, actually. Like I said, this is my first time back in a while. And we have a thing on here where we test our luck.
Test your luck.
And become either a god or a peasant. Neither are necessarily bad, but it's just a little fun. Let's see. I'm going to give it to Danny first. The OG. See what he gets here. This will dictate how your portfolio behaves in the next week. Danny, unfortunately, the peasant as always. Let's give it to... Who else is in here, man? Who wants a spin? Just let me know. I'm going to assume that red is still in here. We're going to throw him a spin here. Let's see what he gets. First spin for red. Let's go. Unfortunate. Give it to fake if you're still in here. In between god peasant. Most unfortunate. And then we'll give one to who else is in? No, who else is in here? But you all got peasants. Let's go. And then I'll give one to myself just because. Gotta be fair, right? All right, the wheel's not rigged, I swear. It's really not. People accuse me of that all the time in the past, but I that it is not. Welcome to the ocean or under the sea. You can call me Poseidon for the rest of the stream. You don't have to if you want to. Whatever you want to do, it's fine. With that in mind, we're going to move it over to Ethereum. Let me know, by the way, we've been peasants for the last few months. Yeah, exactly, man. Today is a godly day. All right? I like it. So let's go ahead and move it to Ethereum here. All right, technically, Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin does. It is back above, or I guess if it does get back above 3,000, yeah, 3,400, 3,500, go meet the 200-day moving average. You do have the 50-day moving average up here around 3,067. So 3,000 and the 50-day moving average, you break and confirm that, I think you're heading up to the 200. But look, man, you're getting back above historical support here from, what was that, January 10th of this year, and then looking left, these little peaks of resistance back here from May and June of 2021. So really good. Fell below it. You are now back above, trying to close. You do, in fact, have hidden bullish divergence, right? On the MACD, have it on the RSI as well. Higher low in price with lower low going on in the oscillators. Good ring alarm going off. Okay, so continuation to the upside is implied here. And at least, at a minimum, I would say, again, that 50% retrace, that Fibonacci, confluent with the 50-day moving average, up around 3,100. So 3,000 to 3,100 is going to be your next major resistance. But this is a really strong candle to argue getting back above it. All right. So it's pretty good, man. Let's see here. So I need to copy your plays. I put them in there pretty regularly. I need to do a better job of putting them somewhere that I can kind of save them and revert back to. I have a habit of randomly throwing them in there, and sometimes I don't even ping everyone, so they'll get kind of lost in the sauce. But do you TA? I absolutely TA requested coins, man. Whatever you want to do, throw it in here. It's all free. Be happy to do so. All right. Until then, though, I'm just going to kind of move it along. Let's take a look, actually, at the weekly on Ethereum for right now. Same kind of deal. Let me hide this. We don't need to see this. For those of you that don't have a TradingView account set up, if you're trying to learn this stuff, dude, TradingView is it's the way to go. It's nice. All right. But yeah, working on a bullish engulfing candle on Ethereum's weekly, 4 days, 3 hours until it closes. So there's a lot of time for something to happen with that candle. So you don't want to trade it like it's a bullish engulfing now. But I mean, look, 3 days prior, May 1st of 2022 had a bullish engulfing candle. And until a candle closes below the open, it is technically considered still valid. So this price action, while yes, Jerome Powell came on and did his thing, technically still holding up. And yeah, man, I would expect more upside on this. You haven't even gone positive yet on the MACD. I do think you will. It's been waning since April 12th. And yeah, more upside implied on Ethereum as well. But yeah, Travis, or what did you, is that Red? You said Red. If you got a coin you want me to take a look at, man, throw it in here. All right, we're going to take a look at total market cap now, just to see where we're at there. Same kind of thing, right? 1.75, I believe, was major support looking left. So September 21st, major resistance looking left as well, back in May of 2021, February of 2021, and a support in April 25th of 2021. So major level here at 1.75 of being broken, trying to close above in about 2 hours and 50 minutes. Go, man. Talking about holding this little local area back here, right? This low as well. And that's really the name of the game, man. When you start approaching levels looking left that have just been regarded multiple times as support, all right, it makes it very easy to mitigate your risk. You can just put the stop right below where that major support is, and if it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out, but it saves you the further downside that you might see if it were to go another 7% down to the next support, right? That's all this really is. There's no guarantees ever with any trade, no matter how good it looks, because anything can come down the pipe as far as news, whatever the case is, to wipe you out. That is why you always use stop losses. I cannot stress that enough, man. That is a major part of trading. It's probably like 50% of it is risk management. Okay, so it's important. But on a lighter note, massive bullish engulfing candle, again, wiping out the prior 4 days of candles. You could call it a rising form methods, kinda, technically. It's Japanese candle pattern, reversal pattern, but strong, man. Strong, much stronger than just a regular bullish engulfing, for example. Right. They have a lot of coins, so I mean, just throw them in, man. I'll be going through. I only have a few things here listed that I wanted to cover. It's not going to be all crypto, just FYI. But dude, if you have one that you really want me to take a look at, throw it in, man.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
The whole reason we're here is we want more money. You want more money. Don't be shy, bro. I gotta say that the market, I'm trying to stay relaxed. A major point of trading too, dude. You gotta stay calm. Emotions are a trader's worst enemy, so it's unfortunate, but
object to the text.
Inside, yes. Outside, we're calm. Calm as a cucumber. Oh boy. All right, if I'll go into whichever one. Okay. All right, let me do this. So let me take a quick look here. I just want to check out the S&P 500. I think I need to get a stronger mic stand as well, but I'm gonna check out the S&P 500. It is up 3%, dude, on the day. Unreal. It's the power, man, of of these talking heads coming out and just giving news. So dude, that's the thing, man. It's like technical analysis works to a point. Okay, if JJ would have come out and said, you know, half a point's not enough, we need to do 1% because we're in an inflation crisis, and you know, I just don't care anymore. I've given up on trying to do my job, which he I think he's done a long time ago. But let's say he said something like that, dude. Yeah, the day would be the complete opposite, and there's just no way of knowing that. So again, that's where the stop losses come in. But yeah, man, you held this little level of support from February 25th. Okay, cool, nice. And you're rallying, man, and you're coming back up through other major levels of support. So we're talking back here from October, right? We're talking here from January. So close back above them, and yeah, you'll come back up to test the 50-day moving average and the 200 up around 4,500. It's very possible. Do I think we're making another a higher high? Do I think we're gonna do something like this? No, I don't. Again, I think this is a very short-term pump that we're gonna see here, so be very careful. But over the next couple days, throughout the rest of the week, yeah, I mean, you could get some nice gains on some coins out there. Let's take a look at let's see. I'll do the first one you got there, man. Let's take a look at AABE. And I'm actually going to switch it back to the main stream. I don't want to stay under the ocean too long. I forgot my helmet. Nice. Yeah, I've been here before. So AAVE. Just disclaimer, I do not know what they do. But I will say, it does look like you had a bit of a fake out. Let me clean it up a little bit. I mean, you were in this kind of falling wedge pattern for a while, and I know TradingView likes to move my lines around on me, but you were just in this nice channel going down for a while. I mean, back from August 17th. You broke above it, fell back inside of it, once again broken the trend line. Let's see what you got going on here. You also have the potential. Yeah, let me just do this. This one is kind of interesting, actually. Out at the 786. Not quite a Gartley, almost a Gartley harmonic. The 1618. Yeah, you could say Gartley, sure. Every crypto right now is just getting pumped. Just because Bitcoin's pumping, the entire market is pumping. I don't know if there's any coins that are down. I think I saw maybe OXT was down a very small amount. But I mean, as of right now, if we're looking left, just looking at levels of support, okay, you can see back here from January 25th, we're at a level of support. You are currently at this support here from December 18th of 2021. So you're coming up to test levels of support resistance. I don't know, the hidden bullish divergence is kind of non-existent here. And the reason I know that, this is the low that I'm going with here, because otherwise it's just bearish confluence. We're going with this low. We start matching it up. It's like kind of like this right here was where you had the hidden bullish divergence and the candles, and it was a very poor performance. So again, man, this is just one of those assets that's just kind of in a major downtrend here. I would say, honestly, man, I probably wouldn't touch this unless, if you get back over this support back here from December 13th, that would be kind of interesting. Reason being, you also have an inverse head and shoulders potentially going on here. Right, so potential inverse head and shoulders. It's a little bit scuffed up because of this price action you had here above the 200-day moving average. This thing is extremely volatile. It's tough, man. I say best case scenario, because then you have the 200-day moving average confluent with that upper trend line. I mean, maybe it gets back up to that trend line. But, yeah, I mean, that's a further 33%. Take a look at the weekly. Not a whole lot that I can see on the weekly. Again, when you start to see on the RSI, this little inverse head and shoulders pattern, it's another indication to the inverse head and shoulders playing out in price. It is something this you could copy. Doesn't want to. It's kind of like a same low. I wouldn't really consider that, man. I think there's better looking assets out there. I just do. But if you want to try and play it, again, you're coming up on that resistance at 161. So it would look something like this. Your stop loss would go below the shoulder, down here somewhere. Really, your first resistance point is like right here. We're talking 3%. Above that, I would probably target, yeah, this little valley back here from January 26th. 18%, risking like 14. We like the 3-to-1s. It's just not that equitable. I would probably move on. Like Solana looks better, right? Ethereum looks better. So I wouldn't worry too much about putting my money in something like this when there's assets out there that are in long-term uptrends and just look a little bit better. You know what I mean? For the time being, I'm going to move it over to... Let me move over to the Qs real quick, all right? I want to take a look at the tech sector. Yeah, you got it, dude. Absolutely. But yeah, man, looking at the Qs. So this basically measures the tech sector, all right? It's basically the same thing as the NASDAQ. So similar kind of stuff. Now, here's one thing to note, right? This does not have any kind of bullish divergence, right? This is just what is called bearish confluence. Doesn't have it on the RSI either, I believe. Yeah, doesn't have it on the RSI either. So what often happens, and this would make all the sense in the world with what's going on right now as far as the Fed's concerned, and what I was saying as far as like a minor rally. When assets don't have the bullish divergence, very often when they get a relief like this, they will rally about 50% of the way from the prior high to low, okay? Up and at least into the golden zone, which is just the area between the 618 and the 50% retrace, which is just regarded as a zone or an area of higher probability of reversal. Oftentimes, assets will reverse in the golden zone. So that is an area that we can definitely see. It's also confluent with the 50-day moving average. So we could see over the next couple days, maybe throughout the end of the week, it get up into these prices. At that point, it's also confluent with historical resistance back here from April of 2021. All right, you can see that peak before selling off. So there's a lot of confluence there as far as resistance is concerned. I think, yeah, maybe you get back up there and you could try and take advantage of some stocks in the tech sector along the way, if you like. We see some that are at higher levels of probable success. But this is probably what we're looking at, man. That'll at least be the first test. That should be your target as far as planning on taking some profits or something like that, right? Something to be wary of and to take note of. But yeah, man, I mean, strong day. It was up 3.38% on the day. Pretty much all stocks had a great day. Let's take a look at this. And this is literally the S&P 500. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Very nice. Everything was up except what wasn't up. Let's take a look at the scrubs of the day. Skyworks down 5%. Akami down 9.7. Akami, like communist. Maybe that's why. Maybe change your name. Right?
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
What else? Verisig, Johnson Controls. Let's take a look at the world. Yeah, the world doing all right, man. See, so that's like another point here is just take a look at how much the world follows America's market. It's not just the US. Like, if something happens in Taiwan or India, like, no offense to anybody from those areas, but the markets don't really care that much. There's like assets that kind of lead other assets. Like, in my opinion, stocks in the tech sector lead Bitcoin right now, and then Bitcoin leads the altcoins, right? The US market leads a lot of the foreign markets. China might be a little bit different. They've gotten destroyed lately, but you can see when America has a good day, the world tends to have a good day. And America certainly had a good day. Today, right? Everything's pretty much been destroyed lately, but at least today was a good day. We can cash that, right?
Money.
I think I still have the bubbles going off that. There we go. All right, man. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at some commodities real quick here. So I'm just going to take a look at wheat. This is one that I've been in here for a little while. Just fundamental reasons, but also just taking a look at the daily. I mean, I got in when this was showing this massive hidden bullish divergence going on here. So, and also right at the golden zone, right between the 50% retrace and the 618. So showing divergence, the macro as far as, you know, food shortages impending, right? It just made sense to me to allocate some money into this. Continuing the upswing. The weekly really is kind of the telling chart here. So I mean, just looking left, you can see it's just this big kind of cup type structure going on. You can see the momentum is shifting towards the upside, right? No bearish divergence on the weekly time scale, which again often results in an asset doing what? Racing about 50%, the 618 of its value, which it did before continuing its reign up. So wheat, bread in it. I'm trying to turn wheat bread into bread in the bank account. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
I like this chart though, and I like the overall macro, right? Am I keeping it technical? Yeah, still kind of, right? Hidden bullish divergence implying continuation to the upside, shift in momentum as far as that weekly structure is showing. So I think personally, as far as Fibonacci from the high on the weekly time scale, and this is back from 2012, up to the 50% retrace, I would say. $15.40, which is a further, good lord, I mean about 44%. So that's probably the first area that I would target. And as long as inflation keeps going up and unfortunately the war in Ukraine keeps going, food shortages are probably pending, which would raise the price for wheat and other commodities used for consumption.
Right.
That makes sense, right? I personally think we could get a few week rally. Yeah, I mean, we could. It's possible. Yeah, I mean, really, man, again, it depends on stocks. So, yeah, I mean, we could. Looking at that S&P, I don't know how long it's going to take. Again, I mean, we could just get pullbacks on a day, small candles, whatever the case is. And sure, I mean, it could last weeks. Looking at the weekly, I mean, dude, that is a massive bullish engulfing candle. So yeah, I could definitely see a couple green candles following this. Get up to like the 50 moving average. Yeah, sure. Maybe even get up to this shoulder again. Maybe get a little double top or something. What I don't love about the weekly chart on the S&P 500 is just look. Right? What does this look like? Red, can you tell me what this is? It's a classic. Anybody tell me what this structure is? This is one of the ones that you probably see around a lot. I'll give you 10 more seconds. Somebody let me know what you think this is.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
3, 2, One, Head and Shoulders. Okay, this is a Head and Shoulders, and the way that this plays out, as far as it being confirmed, is a break of this, which would be the neckline. Right. Last week, we did close below the neckline. Let me not make it so fat. Try it. Too late, man. Too late. Too late. But I appreciate the effort. If this is delayed, I apologize. I'm not sure if the chat's delayed. But, yeah, I mean, technically, man, the Head and Shoulders was confirmed last week. Now, the rejection, right? The immediate follow-through to the downside that did not happen. Again, there's still 2 days for this candle to just get obliterated and to come down, and it to happen. That's possible. Right? We don't want to count chickens, but rejection of a structure like this is also kind of telling. But again, we're in a rising rate environment, so the news was expected and people liked it, but it's not good news overall for the market. Further slowing of stocks and the economy are expected with rate hikes. So I don't know, man. It's like it's a weird market. It's weird. Weird. I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, technically at support, massive bullish engulfing candle like this. Still, again, 2 days. But this Head and Shoulders pattern, I mean, I would expect this thing to play down more. And really, if we're talking about like the COVID low from the start of this massive run that we've had since March of 2020, we pulled back. Yeah, the 200-week moving average is all the way down here, right around the 50% retrace, and it wouldn't weird at all. All right, that's just a healthy, common, according to Charles Dow and Dow theory. After major runs, assets commonly retrace 50% of their value before potentially continuing their run, right? That's fine, and that's healthy in a market. Excuse me. So that's kind of what this looks like to me, man. Does this look bullish? Right? It's like rolling over. Okay. Head and Shoulders forming. It's like, okay, I get it. Powell came out and, turned the money printer on. Verbally, even though he kind of did the opposite of that because he's talking about QT instead of QE, but people just like to hear, I guess, what they believe is going to happen. It's delayed. I'm seeing your messages a while after I write. All right, try and do this. I'm going to say it. If you can do this for me, do me a favor. I'm going to say send me a message right now. Send me another. Just send me one of the cryptos. Send me Engine right now. I'm gonna see it and try and time how long before I see it. I might just be looking at the chat too late. It's possible.
Oh, do ya? That's not good enough.
Not seeing anything from you, Red. I don't know if you sent it or not, or if you heard me, but now just popped up. I saw it. Okay, so did you literally just send that now within the last like 10 seconds, or was it prior? Yeah, I know. We'll see. I don't think it's too delayed, but I think you might be trying to pull a fast one on me.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
But yeah, so hey, maybe this might just be a major rally on the news before selling off too. It's hard to try and trade news events, man. It just is. But yeah, we could see some more upside. Sure. I want to take a look at gold too. Gold actually, I mean, just look at this right here. So this is what is called a Gartley harmonic. All right, so it does a 6.18% retrace, the 618 common retrace, the golden retrace, right? The reciprocal of the 1618 retrace to the 618 and the 50-day moving average confluence. Okay, more confluence going on. I sent it as soon as you said it. Okay, yeah, it might be kind of a little delayed then, man. Sorry about that. But retrace 6.18%, 61.8. I'll try and I'll test that out and see if I can get that delay down. But yeah, common retrace came up to, again, retraced from the A point to B point, another 618, and then started reversing at the 786, right? This is a textbook bullish Gartley pattern. All right, and point D is what is called the pattern completion zone, PCZ for short, which is commonly, or the reversal area to the upside. What we'll get a lot oftentimes is you'll see the reaction low and then the confirmation low, which if you get a low like this and maybe some bullish divergence or something, dude, this is beautiful. The reaction's cool, but the confirmation low is where you want to, is really where you want to get in. That's usually where the big gains are, and it's just a better entry point than the reaction low. All right, so as far as the oscillators go, not really any bullish divergence or anything. Would like to see that. Move it to the 4 hour, testing its 50 moving average. Again, okay, so it actually had some bullish, had some class A bullish divergence on the 4 hour here. So class A bullish divergence is a higher low on the oscillators. So you can see it on the RSI with lower lows in price going on. Signals exhaustion of sellers. All right. So we could also throw a trend line on here. Looked like this was maybe in a bit of a falling wedge. I'll put it here. Kind of a channel, maybe a little bit of a wedge. Yeah, this is a reversal area, right? And you are back above. Let's see where this support's coming from. Right here. This peak resistance, right? You are currently, for the moment, back above it. So you would love to close above that. Of course, looking left, you do have this major peak back here from 2011. Right? This is gold we're talking about. But one thing to know with gold is, Red, I'm going to try this with you again, man, because I know you know some stuff. What does this look like? Can you tell me what this pattern is?
Nice.
What is gold?
I love gold.
And if you know who that guy is, Goldmeister. Might be dang, this thing, if you're getting it right, man, and you've sent it, I apologize for the delay, but this is it's a little bit scuffed, but it still holds true to that cup with handle type of structure. Okay, so dude, it's a pretty nice, and on the weekly, man, this thing is a beast. So again, with what's currently going on, recession on the horizon, I can't tell you how many different analysts and heads and talkers are saying recession. Powell will tell you the economy is stronger than ever, and that there's just so many jobs out there that people just, you could go out and basically be whatever you want to be. You could go be an astronaut if you want. That's how many jobs there are. All right, you could go have his job. All right, that's how much how many jobs there are compared to how many people are taking those jobs, according to him. But according to him, yeah, he's confused. He says, you know, all these jobs are available and nobody's taking them. People just don't want to work. So we don't, and the economy is strong, so we don't understand really what's going on. Which, dude, again, he's the same guy that said inflation was transitory and is now calling it an inflation crisis. I understand that there's other factors as far as, you know, wars and stuff like that going on, but you have to take everything that these guys say with a grain of salt, right? But yeah, man, coupled handle. So if you do break, the break of the handle signifies the completion of the pattern. So if you break this line right here, okay, you confirm this massive couple with handle structure. And if we're talking Bukowski here, and I don't see why we wouldn't, we measure from the bottom of the cup to the breakout, right? to be a little bit conservative, oftentimes he'll say like 75% of it. So we could even shrink it down a little just to be conservative, not get too greedy. And then you just plop it right here. Right, so in time, and I'm talking months to maybe even a year, 2 years, this pattern would be expected to send gold up to about $2,809, which is a further gain of about 48%. Whoop-de-doo, dude. We get that on crypto weekly, regularly. So you can invest in this, I suppose, right? And the macro kind of makes sense as far as, you know, if a recession were to happen, gold is expected to be an inflation or a hedge. So, I mean, sure, but like for 48% over what amount of time? A year? That could be like your safe money. If you want. Right? If crypto and all of those other things are down. Personally, I mean, I kind of like wheat a little more. But yeah, gold, I mean, long-term, man, looks pretty good. And at least locally here, these peaks that you've had, see on the RSI down here, right? No bearish divergence on, actually not, let me not speak out of turn here, hold on. Interesting. Actually, nah, yeah, I would wipe that out. So the MACD, the reason that I have the MACD on here is because you can use it as kind of a indication to keep the RSI in check. If you don't really know which peak to go off on the RSI, oftentimes I'll use the islands, like a green spot right here, to validate the peak on the RSI. So that's why I wouldn't use this one per se, right? Because it's still red. It never really went green on the MACD, but we did get a little bit of a green island right here. So I would consider that positive momentum on the peak, and I would use that as my reference point. So for me, we just have higher highs going on the RSI, okay, which is just bullish convergence. So that's how I would see it. It did pull back from that low. We can do the wick. Pulled back and touched the 618 almost perfectly, which was also confluent with the resistance that we got here November 15th of 2021. So yeah, right, confluence area of support makes sense. All right, and then just taking a look at Barrick Gold Company on the weekly forming, right? It's got a day and 23 hours to confirm, but a massive bullish engulfing candle here after a gap down. Yeah, there's demand for gold going on, and a similar kind of deal. Okay, we take the Fibonacci from the low to the high, down into the golden zone before reversing back towards the upside. Areas of common supports, right? No bullish divergence or anything, though. I guess technically, if you this isn't even bullish. Wait, is it? Hold on. Nah, it's not even if you wanted to go all the way back here and use this, not bullish divergence. So long term, that weekly looks pretty nice. What the hell's going on? All right, but on the daily, meh. Take a look at oil. Oil broke out of that ascending, broadening wedge, and it's just been skating along it for the longest time, as well as the 50-day moving average. Take a look at the weekly. Again, my RSI disappeared. Cool. Okay, no bearish divergence. So see where it pulled back to. The 50% retrace, right? Confluent with that upper trend line, so just holding on. Okay, also confluent with this major peak here before this big sell-off that occurred back on in 2014, right? So at good levels, man. Probably going to come back up to test, I mean, these peaks, these resistances, but Yeah, I mean, you break back above that, you probably head to the all-time high here from July, which means your oil and your gas can be pretty expensive. But hey, them's the times we live in here. And natural gas also just performing very well. Had its own little kind of cup with handle structure here that was confirmed and broken, and just heading to the measured move up around 35.81. All right, so that's natural gas. Take a look. Red. What else you got here, man? If this is helpful to you guys, if you're liking it, let me know what's going on, man. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Am I going too quick? Am I going too slow? Talking too much about certain things? It's nice to have people in here, man. Even if it's just one or two to respond. It makes the experience much different. All right, let me see. Let me move it back to, let's take a look at engine real quick. Now we can kind of just skate along and look at some different stuff. Actually, in the Discord, I was talking about Tron a little bit. Let me take a look at Tron real quick. So Tron was actually in this kind of ascending triangle formation, a bullish formation. And today, with this candle currently still going up, closing outside of the channel that it was in, breaking out of the ascending triangle, and also, what else was doing? Three rising valley, Japanese, or not Japanese, Bolkowski structure. So you got one valley, two valleys, a third higher valley. Once this peak here is broken, it's confirmation of the pattern. Okay, and then you essentially just take, we'll keep it a little conservative, but we'll take it from here, and we measure it to here. Now, take this with a grain of salt, but I would say that it gets you at least up to, we'll be conservative, keep it at a resistance. Why did I make that a resistance? That shouldn't really be a resistance. How I would actually measure this for the price action I'm seeing, I would do something like this. Alright, so I think it's approaching, yeah, dude, confluent with the 50% retrace from the high in November of 2021 to the low. So 50% retrace, sure. Common area of reversal, right? And we might get a pullback back into the channel, but hopefully it would hold 0.075 cents. Okay. This resistance point treated as support before continuing to the upside and eventually in time getting to 0.089 cents. But this is a good looking chart compared to a lot of the other ones out there. Tron, go figure, right? Justin Sun, it's an old school one. Is that it? I'm learning. I appreciate you. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you too, man. You're definitely one of the more active people in the community, and I definitely take notice of that. So, you know, I appreciate you just sharing your thoughts and just being around, man. Just being here to talk. It's cool. Let's go. You're doing good for me. So, Soul. Yeah, dude, Soul. Looking good. Last day or so, that one's playing out very well. Avalanche is playing out well. Let's take a look at engine though. Okay, clearly been here before, and yeah, made its way all the way down to in left. Major supports, right? Major support zone. Came down towards it. Also, the apex of the wedge that it had broken out of. That's another thing to keep into consideration. Wedges like this or triangles. The apex point, which is just the point, literally it's where the pattern comes to a point, will often act as a point of support on the way back down. Right? That's Bolkowski, which was at $1.02, which is confluent with the supports back here. So got some support again. Jerome Powell coming in like Thanos, just snapping the markets back into shape. Actually, this is showing what's called a rising 3 method. So you had a massive red candle down, 3 candles, and then a green candle that came up and covering all 3. Okay, so rising 3 method, very strong reversal candle again, just like Bitcoin got. We do have point of resistance coming up at $1.2004, but break that. And I think on this run, we get back up to the 50-day moving average, confluent with the 50% retrace, right up around $1.50. Okay. There's a further 26% gain, I would say. Hopefully, maybe over the week, right? These kind of candles like this at these levels can do some pretty nutty stuff. I mean, just look left at what I'm talking about, right? Here, back here, bullish engulfing here, right? Massive bullish engulfing here before making huge runs up. So, dude, it's possible, right? But if you're already in it, which is good. If you're going to get in now, I would maybe wait for a close above $1.20, then enter, and then just put your stop loss right below. So like something like this. Okay, and then you're targeting that 50% retrace, 2.5 to 1, 20% risking about 8. Not bad. Not too shabby, right? That's on the daily. Take a look at the weekly. Nothing really on the weekly. Okay, we had a massive shark harmonic here, which didn't really play out too well, right? That's kind of the other thing to take note of. It's like this bullish harmonic, and it was a big one. It was actually pretty good too. You want to see it at least get back up to like the B point in a real bullish market. You would expect a harmonic like this to get, you know, a little bit higher. Didn't even get close to its 200-day moving average. So, yeah, man. Overall, does this look bullish? No. But you could definitely see a little relief rally, again, targeting that 50-day moving average up around $1.50, right? That's where I would look to be taking profit. Unless you're leveraged. I know sometimes you leverage it up. Personally, I don't really do that. So, I mean, if you're 10x'd on it and you're already up 50%, 60%, you've won, right? You've already won. Frosty! So, just take your money and don't get too greedy. Cash it in. Right? Nice. Right, dude.
Nice, nice, nice.
But yeah, I mean, certainly, right? Like, because here's what we're doing here, Red. We're buying here, which is where you're supposed to buy. We're not the people, the plebs, the people that don't know buying here, right? We're buying here. Buying here, okay? We're buying at very low, what are referred to as high value areas, right? The 786, the 886s, the deep retraces at historical supports, right? We're buying them extremely on sale, extremely cheap. Okay, we're not FOMOing in. Most people are not even looking at crypto right now. I know when you're in a Discord chat and everything, there's 100,000 people screaming about crypto, so it sounds like everybody's in on it. Dude, I trust you. The general public, they're not really looking at crypto. Maybe on a day like this they are, because everything is pumping again, right? But when it starts coming down like this and is boring and sideways and flat, people, they tune out. They stop paying attention. This is when you need to start paying attention, because the majority of people get in after it's too late. So you're doing the right thing by getting it at high value areas. It's just unfortunate that the overall macro is so wishy-washy. As much as I hate saying that phrase, can't think of anything else that comes to mind right now.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Engine, about $1.50. What else? Let me see. Yeah, OXT, pathetic on the day, right? Up 2.89%. Hanging on to the support back here from June 21st. Also a major support back here from November 4th, right? So while it's not performing particularly well today, it is at a major support. It doesn't have bullish divergence. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But Engine, I have 10x over 100% already. Yeah, dude. Let's go. I also like to live dangerously. Austin Powers.
Right.
But yeah, if you're up over 100%, man, this is not financial advice. Maybe take a little profit. Maybe your initial investment. Anytime I tend to double my money, I at least take out the initial, because then I'm just literally playing with house money, and it's the exact amount that I invested. You know, kind of hard to lose in that situation. Even if it seems like it'll have more upside. And honestly, you know, there's no bullish divergence or anything on this. Looking left. I mean, if we're being conservative on this thing, why not? You can target the 382 is confluent with the 50-day moving average on this thing. So yeah, I mean, if we continue to see some relief here, some upside on Bitcoin especially, yeah, in time we could see OXT get up to about 24 cents, 24.6 cents, which is another 17-18% before hitting a, in my opinion, when you're down bad like this, 50-day moving average is going to need to be tested again. Breaking it obviously sends you to the next level. I don't really see too much as far as peak resistance, like horizontal there. But a shallow retrace in an overall pretty bearish asset. Slight uptrend, but this thing is crazy, man. This thing's nuts. All right, I mean, look at these spikes. I love when you go to them and they don't even, it just has question. I mean, that was up 60% in a day. And it does that often. So maybe you catch one of those, right? At this level. I think if you break 28.4 cents, I think you get a spike, right? That's what this thing does. Just straight up, right? Down, up, down, perhaps up again. It's hard to say, but if we're being super conservative and you're leveraged like that, yeah, just target the 50-day moving average, okay? Fine. Let's see. I don't know. The biggest thing I see regular people talk about crypto in life is crypto gambling. Yeah, I mean, are you talking about like the Doge people and the Shibas and the Safe? I can't believe people are still talking about Safe Moon. That blows my mind. But I mean, hey, dude, sometimes people have just invested their money into things and they literally have to believe in it. Because the only alternative is that they have to admit that they got scammed or tricked, which would imply that you're dumb. And most people think that they're smarter than everybody else. So to come to a realization that, even though it was only in a moment, right? You had a moment of weakness, that you were dumb in the moment. It's very hard, especially when money's involved, for people to admit when they're wrong. And they'll literally go to the grave sometimes until it's at zero and the developers are somewhere in Cuba, that they'll admit that they got duped or something. Yo, bro, Shiesty, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome. First time I think seeing you in here, man. I'm happy to see you. Can we get LRC and LSS? Yes. Yeah, we certainly can.
Nice.
Shiesty, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Casinos online that take crypto. Oh, okay. So they're playing poker with like Bitcoin or Monero, perhaps, right? That hard to track stuff. Let's go, dude. Cash it. You were streaming, dude. Yeah, man. Sometimes in the beginning I was doing it pretty consistently, and just kind of fell off a bit. Just some stuff in the background that was going on, and then had computer issues for a while. The connection was just, smudged. But I think I've kind of got that figured out, man, and we got stuff's going on. It was also just sideways for a long time, so it's kind of not much to report on. But dude, I missed it. It's a good time. And yeah, so I had to come back to it. I enjoy it. Casinos online that take crypto. I didn't know you were streaming, dude. Good to be here, man. Good to have you, man. Anybody that comes here, it makes it so much more fun. Changes the whole dynamic, right? I always tell people, I'm like, they're like, I don't know if I want to come to your stream. And I'm just like,
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
I got a Matthew McConaughey him. Let's see. What was it? Loop LRC. That's Loop Ring, right? If I'm not mistaken. Coinbase. In here before. Oh my goodness. This is Loop Ring, right? I didn't know it was this old. This is from 2017. Look at that. Look at this flat. I mean, I know it was bear market, but good lord. I think Loop Ring Red, I don't know if you could tell me, but I see a common thing with these in that I see this a lot of times, and then it's like been months, right, or even almost a year later, and people are asking about it, and it's like, is it the project, or is it because it was so hyped because it was up, good lord, 200% in the course of like a week, right? These are the coins that generate that publicity, and then they kind of just tend to disappear. But yeah, let's take a look at Loop Ring here. Like everything else, what's it up? 13% on the day. Bullish engulfing candle. We have 2 hours for the candle close, but what I will say, get some more points of support on here. Right? We got a support from back here. Yeah, I mean, you're getting support at a major horizontal support level. I mean, you can see it. March, late February, late January. Okay. Back above this peak here from August 28th. Back above this peak here from April 18th of 2021. I would probably throw this on here as well. All right, so that's going to be confluent with the 50-day moving average too. So look, man, here, yeah, upside. Yes, there could be more. I don't see any Class A bullish divergence on the RSI, so I don't love that. It's waning a little bit on the MACD here, sure. But where is this Fibonacci wise? I wonder if this is like a massive harmonic. Not cheat, right? We're going body to body. If you guys didn't watch my Fibonacci video, if you're going to start at the body, you've got to go to the body, all right? And that's all this has as far as its low, so you got to stay true to the rules here, right? What a free fall is that, right? Yeah,
What
dude.
the hell is even that?
But I say that very often when I pull up these charts. Dude, it's at the 886. Oh boy. I mean, A and C are going to be a little close, but dude, it might. Oh, wait, I went too high. Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, see, so A and C are kind of equal. I don't love that. But the 886 down here, you have what is called a bullish bat harmonic. There's a graphic with that, but it didn't play because I'm an asshole.
Okay.
We'll get that tightened up as well. So, I mean, here, man, like, I don't like the A to C, how they're similar, right? You want it to be at the most the 88, like an 886 for the C point. That being said, it is down at the 886. It did catch a reaction, and it's now catching a reaction at possibly a confirmation low, which is a low risk area to get back in. Traders are saying or confirming that this level down here at 65.5 cents is in fact where they are willing to buy the asset. JJPP came in and gave us the assurance that, you know, turned out the way we thought it was going to, so it's pumping like everything else. But yeah, man, this is where you would look to enter a trade, sure. And because you're back above this little support area here, right, you could enter the trade and stop loss. What's it looking like? 22%. It's coming up to the 50-day moving average. I don't know if I love that, to be honest. That's a 618. Yeah, this is probably where I would target, right up around. But you still have to do battle with that 50-day moving average. And if we zoom it in, I throw a trend line on it. You haven't even broken this trend line yet, but I do believe you're in a falling wedge. But yeah, kind of, a little bit, little wedge, sure. Yeah, break that trend line first. All in all, honestly, man, yeah, you could enter the trade here. Do I love the equity in it? 1.27 to 1? Not really. Unless you want to move the stop up to like here, right? Below the engulfing candle, below these peaks back here. You could do that. A little bit, a little tighter, and might give you a better opportunity to play out. Yeah, sure. But honestly, man, that 50-day moving average, you're going to come up and test it. At that point, it's 1.3 to 1. I think there's better looking assets out there. That's it. I think there's better looking assets out there. I think this chart sucks. Just given like the craziness that I had before just dying. It is getting its lows above the point back here from October of 2021. Out of 10, I'd give it like a 6, maybe. A 6 or 7, right? I would probably move on. Okay. I'll probably look at something else. There's so many assets. Like, that's the thing, man. There's so many altcoins that are pumping right now, right? And that are at supports, that are moving. Most of them are doing that. There are just some charts like, let's take a look at Solana, for example, right? That just look better, right? Pattern completion zone of a pretty textbook bullish cipher pattern, right? One low, the reaction, confirmation low, a higher low than the previous low with hidden bullish divergence and a bullish engulfing candle, right? We got 2.4 to 1 odds coming up here. Yeah, I mean, you could target, if we could target the 50-day moving average, 1.4, but overall it's just in more of an uptrend. Okay, it is in a long-term uptrend. It didn't just pump up and die. It's in, I think it's in the top 10 still. Might be lying to you. Number 7 still on CoinMarketCap. So it's still in the top 10. It's just a safer option compared to that thing we just looked at where, no, I don't even know. I talked to the CEO over there and he's
Come on, man. Give me a little break here.
like, what are you doing? Why does your coin look like that? Where is Loopring even, If you know something about it that I don't know, and I'm just being ignorant, let me know. Like, why do people like it so much? It's ranked 76th. Meh. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Nothing special about it, I guess. But Solana's got the brand behind it. It's just a better overall looking chart. You have a better chance of success with Solana, in my opinion. That's pretty much it. Oh, also holding that that trend line going all the way back in history, which is nice. So yeah, that point of support for sure. Positive momentum, or negative momentum, I guess I should say, continuing to wane off. And it does look like you also had divergence on the RSI. Yeah. Both oscillators. Okay. Good, man. I'm in a SOL position, also is printing good. AVAX and XLM are my bottom gainers right now. Also is printing good. Also is printing good. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. AVAX and XLM are my bottom gainers right now. AVAX and XLM are your bottom gainers? AVAX is up. Well, I guess out of the ones that you took. Because, I mean, AVAX, this was a setup that I had in there earlier, playing out pretty well. Yeah, AVAX, like this one, likely heading up to the 50-day moving average. That one's very close to its 200-day, but the 50 is confluent with this peak back here from September 24th. No bullish divergence on AVAX though, so but it does have the harmonics, the harmonic brothers that have come in to try and push thing up. A pretty massive, actually bullish Gartley, that's a really nice looking one too. The blue one's bullish Gartley pattern. Also holding, I don't know if you can see this, but this channel here, right, this upper trend line, came down, it broke above it, right, came down and touched it almost perfectly, right, held it, confirmed it, add a horizontal support as well, right, so that's what I'm talking about with confluence, right, confluence of different indicators lining up. We don't want to get too cocky because there was news today which contributed to the pump potentially. Overall, I don't know how this is going to perform. Generally, Investing in things below their 50 and 200-day moving average is a little bit suspect because they say the 200-day moving average is indicative of the overall trend, right? So if you're below it, you're in a downtrend. That's kind of like your signal. But there's other factors lining up here. What I would say is, yeah, again, let me see what kind of fib levels we're working with. Yeah, dude. So that's also confluent with the 50% retrace from your high point April 2nd, your most recent low. So that's a strong level of resistance up here at $80. Also confluent. I mean, you can see it on the B point on this harmonic, but major support and major resistance looking left. So $80 is like the resistance. Okay. And then you have the 200-day moving average lurking around up in the golden zone as well here. So, dude, target 2, I don't know if this in this kind of market has the strength to get above $85. I would not count on it. There's just so much confluence of different resistance up there that that's probably where I would look for it to. That's where I would target. I mean, just straight up. Solar's giving me great gains. That's what I'm talking about. Go. So we'd like to hear, man. I'm happy for you. Yeah, Sol, man. It just has an overall better looking chart than something like Loopring, right? There's so many assets out there, man. Just if something doesn't like look, if you find something that looks better than something else, wouldn't you rather put your money in that? There's more a reason to pump this time than the last small rally, in my opinion. Why do you think that? I'm curious about why you think that's the case. Personally, I don't think much has really changed. Rates are still rising. There's still supply chain issues. There's still an impending food crisis coming down the pipe. There's still the potential for war. I know China is still eyeing up Taiwan like a little snack. Right? They keep going over there and keep nibbling at them with their fighter jets and whatnot. So that's always on the horizon. Powell, even today, while he said the economy was strong, said there's an inflation crisis and whatever else, but I don't know, man. Recession is like not off the table at all. And in a real recession, man, people probably aren't holding Solana. You know what I mean? They're probably selling it because they've lost their job, or inflation is still high, or because of rising rates. Their credit cards or the home equity lines of credit have gone up, whatever the case is. So they got to tighten up their budget and look for some extra money. And when it comes to those kind of environments, the reason risk on assets sell off so much is because they're risk on assets. They're risky, and they're the first ones you want to get rid of at the sign of danger. Because at that point, you want to be safe. You don't want to be risky in a risky environment. In a downtrend, you want to have safety. That's why people flock to bonds and stuff like in times of uncertainty. So, yeah, crypto is risky, man. Bitcoin is extremely risky. Everything else is like Ethereum is probably like 5x the risk of Bitcoin. Everything below Ethereum, with the exception of maybe like Binance Coin, it's probably like 10x at least. And then once you get out of the top 25 coins or whatever, it's like 50x the risk. But if you have a reason as to why you think this is going to pump, I mean, share with the group. Share with the group, man. Oh.
Nice. Okay.
We haven't had Hindsight in here in a while. Let's get Captain Hindsight in here. AVAX, Avalanche, definitely a point for reversal. Go. Last small rally, we thought it could be 75 basis points rate hikes this month and tight QT to start this month. Now we know there is no 75 as QT starting later and softer. Well, I mean, the QT is happening literally right now. I mean, them raising those rates is QT happening. Now, when they did the first one, the 0.25, right? Everyone was freaking out that they're going to raise rates. They raised it, and then we had a slight pump. Is the same thing this time, right? Leading up to it, there was uncertainty, right? And they raised it what people thought they were going to. So because it wasn't new news, right? It just kind of confirmed what had already been priced in. People felt safe to now get in, right? That's what they were all waiting for on the sidelines. They were just, Jerome Powell had his gun up, and they were all waiting for him to shoot 50 basis points out of it. And as soon as they saw him shoot it out, they all took off running to get in, right? Because now the uncertainty was gone, and there's not really much else out there that could affect it to the downside. It was only if they said 75 basis points that people wouldn't have been expecting that, which could have given the implication that inflation is worse than they think. So people might kind of freak out about that. But I didn't hear him say anything about 75 basis point rate hike. I do believe I heard him say something to the effect of, we'll always keep on the table raising rates more. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. But look, man, you're at low risk areas, right? You're at supports, reversing, strong candles. If you want to get in now, I couldn't blame you. I just can't. If we're keeping it technical, I can't, man. These are areas you want to look to get in at. These are low risk areas, right? We're not FOMOing in like chumps on crazy candles. This is doing it right. What your stop losses are for. You gotta go. You got it, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna try and do this. I'm gonna figure out a schedule for this thing, but and I'll put that in the Discord so you guys know every time I go live. But yeah, man, I appreciate it, dude. Hit the like on the way out. Throw in a comment or something. It just helps the channel get seen a little more. But I appreciate you being here, man. Absolutely. I'll follow you. Enjoy your day. Yeah, Avalanche. Anything else, man? If there's anybody else in here still that wants me to take a look at something, throw it in there. Other than that, let me take a look at energy. Top gainer. Oh, top loser. Actually, we can take a look. Okay. We got Exxon over here. I definitely had analysis on this. Not showing for whatever reason. Whatever. Let's see. Exxon. Dang, man, dude, so strong. Wow. Look, pull back for a sec and then just bang. Just grinding along that 50-day moving average. Nice, man. Nice. The oil companies. Is it ideal to get in them right now? No. No, you're kind of buying them at a premium. All right, the double bottom down here with Class A bullish divergence was your first indicator. Okay. And then the hidden bullish divergence up around here with the inverse head and shoulders was your second indicator. Okay, shoulder being December of January of 2022. Right, so these are the signs. Get in at this point. Yeah, there could be more upside, but you're approaching some pretty major resistance points. Mainly this back here from 2007, and then the peak as the all-time high, I guess, up here around 106. Approaching the 886. I don't really see any harmonics. But 886 confluent with historical resistance, major resistance. Okay, at $94.71. Good luck. Wouldn't be weird at all to get some kind of pullback here, or let's say it might even get up there, right? But it'll probably do something like this. Pull back to the 50% retrace, and then yeah, maybe then it continues up and goes on, right? But I don't know about buying it right now. Okay, that's not that low risk, deep retrace area that we like to look for. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Nice. All right. I think that's going to do it, man. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I've been on about an hour and a half at this point. It was fun though, man. I'm glad to be back on here and give it another shot. Give the whole streaming thing another shot, right? It's a good time. I'm glad when you guys come out. If you're with me up to this point, you do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, tickle it if you want. You don't have to hit it if you're feeling kind of soft and calm or something. If you're pissed, go ahead and just slap the shit out of it. You can do whatever you want to it, honestly. But I would appreciate it, right? Go ahead, follow me up top, the Instagram, the Twitter. Jump in the Discord, man. That's where I'm in most of the time. Let you know when I go live. I just throw setups in there, man. It's all free, right? We're just here to have a good time and learn some technical analysis and try to make a little money. So go ahead, jump in there. I'd appreciate the support. As always, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill. More important than that, more important than anything, keep it technical.
Frosty!
All right, boys.
Money.